to sit in. Just put this away. Okay. So let's put these here. We're gonna try to focus on our breath most right now. This is a perfect time to just notice pretty much everything that you are feeling. Like right now, I'm feeling, I don't know why, but I'm just feeling anxiety. So you want to let down. You can put it on your lap. You can put your arms really anywhere. And I would say personally, try kind of to keep a nice straight face. Don't try to think about the day. Just go be like body, like talk to your body saying you are okay. You are loved. Actually, now that I noticed, we're gonna do that after this.
Okay.
So right now, just really focus on your breath like we do with collaging. Something you should do. So real quick, open your eyes so you know what I'm talking. I call it candy. I call it candy orc. Instead of corn, nork. And I know that sounds like a really weird thing, but why is it? Because the candy corn is upside down.
Mm-hmm.
So you go in, hold, and out. And you just want to try to visualize that. And don't go too fast, and don't go so slow that you're gonna almost like be like, I can't breathe in anymore, or I can't get out anymore. Just do your perfect thing. If it takes you a bit slow time, like and it takes you a long time, totally fine. Just try to focus on that. In through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. When you feel done, maybe take like one more breath. That's it. Do one more. Okay. So, now that we are good with that, I think this happens, this definitely does. And I'm gonna straight up say this. We are not taking care of our body. And you're probably like, wait, no we are. We feed ourselves, we give ourselves drinks, we give ourselves too much work, and then you start noticing all the things you're doing to yourself that you don't think is good. And your body might feel like, I don't feel connected. Like think of it as two of yourself. So like kind of just look right in front of you and think of another of you sitting right next to yourself. You want to have a string that is connecting your two bodies together. But it is not connected. And here's how we're going to try to get close enough. We're going to say, body, you are loved.
Body, you are loved.
You are cared for.
You are cared for.
You are noticed.
You are noticed.
You are incredible.
You are incredible.
You are everything you need.
You are everything you need.
You are great.
You are great.
You are me.
You are me.
Now we're going to talk to ourselves, and let's try to say the same thing. I am loved.
I am loved.
I am cared for.
I am cared for.
I am noticed.
I am noticed.
I am incredible.
I am incredible.
I am me.
I am me.
So, I have a quite little question. I'm gonna try to get that actually written down right here with this. With your printer, could you try to print that?
You sure could. I sure could. Absolutely.
So, and try to print it in a really clear way, like line.
Yep.
Don't make it a line and
like-
then add on to another one.
It is.
I am loved.
Loved. I am cared for.
I am noticed.
I am incredible. Do you want to say I'm great?
I am.
Or
Instead of great,
is
how about I am
incredible?
kind?
I am kind.
I am me.
I am me. Okay, can I? Oh, well, yeah, we can remember that.
But I'm gonna say one more. This one I always want to do. I am me. There's one kind of
I
like
like that a lot.
You can say I am unstoppable. And what that is saying, nobody can go right up to you and say, I hate the way your hair looks. Instead, say this, I love your eyes. It's like, sure, they're being mean to you, but you can give them love, because I promise you, it might seem like, why would I do that? They're being mean. But if you give somebody else love, when they give you pain, love always takes over.
That's right.
Pain and pain just equals
More pain.
more pain and just war, pretty much. So kind of saying like, I am unstoppable. Nobody could say something to me, and I will not try to get attached to that. Meaning like, if somebody says something mean to you, you are not going to be like, that's not nice. Mom, this is not cool. This guy said this guy said this to me. This guy said what to me? You're going to be like, you know what? That doesn't stop me. Because I am myself, and myself can take care of myself. Myself can take care of me. And I do not need your opinion. But then you go, you know what? I do. Because without somebody else's opinion, we're practically nothing. We need other opinion. If we were to always have our self-opinion, we wouldn't care for others, and we wouldn't be caring about ourselves. We wouldn't be doing the most important things. So like, that's a really good thing to notice. So that's gonna be going on a list, and I'm thinking to put it right in the middle there, so that could go here.
Yeah.
And then also, I want to say one more thing. Whenever you, like with work, let's say, if you ever feel like you did something wrong, let's say there's a piece of paper that got wet, and you go, oh shoot, this is not good. Be like this. Okay, this is fine. Because if you say this, like if your coworkers asked you, hey, so does everyone have their paper? You don't want to be like, I do, and have no clue what's going on. You're going to be like, excuse me, my paper got wet. Do we have another? If, let's say they got mad at you, be like, okay, I'm really sorry I made that mistake, but do you have another? And like, so always be not kind of scared about something. If something goes wrong, be like, okay, so what? Something went wrong. It is not gonna hurt my life forever. It's not the end of the world. And I've been trying to do this myself. And I am definitely gonna try to do as best as I can on this. If I am ever sad that I, let's say, don't get a do screen, I can be like, you know what? If I'm gonna die today, okay, I don't care. I don't have to. I would rather die on nature than on a screen. And it's saying, like, pretty much by that meaning, it is not the last day. I am able to do a screen for weeks, months, years later. It is not gonna hurt me. So never be afraid to do something. And that's actually gonna add to the list. Never be afraid.
That's good.
You should put that. I'll just make a nice little list for you.
We can make a list on my phone real quick if you want to.
How about we do that after? Because right now we don't want to go to phone and then
no,
right back.
No, you're right.
So don't be like afraid to say something you did a mistake of, because I promise you, while you're making one mistake, millions of other people could be making 5
That's
mistakes.
true.
And you don't want to be like, I'm better than you. You're making like 20 mistakes. I'm making 2. You can be like, I feel sorry. And I'm sorry that I did that. That is very responsible of me to tell this person what I did wrong. So like, never be afraid to say what you are truly feeling. So like, never be afraid to know what you're truly feeling. What that is meaning is, so we know what never be afraid means. Never be afraid to say, oh, I'm sorry. Never be afraid to say what you're truly feeling, meaning like, this actually does have one limit though. You don't want to be like, if you're feeling like you want to be super mean to somebody, like let's say this. I don't mean this at all.
Right.
But let's say you did something I didn't want you to do or say. I don't want to be like this. Because I'm feeling this, I don't want to say, you're a jerk, you're the worst dad ever. You want to say, hey, I don't like that.
And just say what you're
Simple as that.
Yep.
You go, I don't like what you said to me. It doesn't feel good. Like that's. I've been trying to say that to the boys when they call me like a name I don't like. I say, hey, so and so. I'm sorry. Can you maybe not call me that name? It doesn't make me feel good. Boom. If they say, and they say it again, and they try to just annoy you, you want to be like, okay. I tell this person, you don't want to go straight up and go, this person's not listening to me. I was kind to them. And give a really stern voice. You want to be like, hey, could you help me out here? I am being a name that I don't like called. And like for you, if like I do that and I say, hey, we're going to try to help each other. If I be like this, Malachi was being so mean to me. And if I'm like yelling and I say, I tell him in a really kind voice. If I just yell, you want to say, okay, then this means he was truly mean. But if you hear me say I was in a kind voice, then you want to be like, hey, why are you in a stern voice right now? And I also try to ask myself, what will it do? What will it do for me if I tell him this person?
Yeah,
Is it gonna do anything for me? Like, sure, they might get in trouble, but do I want them to? Do I really, really, really want them to get in trouble just because of something they did wrong? They did wrong. Sometimes Malachi jokes. I might take it seriously, but I have to see this is a joke. This is not real. This is not something that I should be worried about. So that's something that we're going to try to do. And for you, how I'm going to help you is if I ever see you have a stern voice back to Malachi, I'm going to be like, hey, Dad. And right away, if I go, hey, Dad, like, how about a code word is like,
chill.
no, not like, chill, Dad, chill. Like, that's not good. That seems even more stern. You can be like, Dad, attention. Like, that seems good.
Attention, yeah, because we were talking about that earlier. Attention.
Like, attention. And then you get silent, like that. You want to get silent, and I go, Dad. And I might put you in a different room away from everyone else. And I go, Dad. We're going to try to be not stern. Because when you give a stern voice like this, you are not allowed to say that to your other sibling. right away that other person is like, this person yelled at me, I need to show them I am right, they are wrong. Boom, they start yelling right back at you. It's always happens, everyone's seen it, everyone knows it happens. Like, you know it, you know that's happened to you, and you know you've done it. So, but when you say this, hey, your sister's feeling hurt, could you try to apologize? They're like, oh, this person's calm. Even if they don't get calm back and they go, but she did something to me, then say, okay. And I know you usually do this. Don't ever tell them to get in the same room. Because normally that just makes them feel worse. Would you like being right next to, like literally right next to, the person you are pissed about? Pissed at?
No, I wouldn't.
Because it just makes more commotion. What you should say is, hey guys, did this actually happen? And if the person says, they did it to me first, then you know, okay, this did happen. So you say, may you please apologize, and may you please apologize. Then you tell them to hug each other, and this has always worked, and I know this seems weird to be angry at somebody, but if you go like this, I'm sorry, and if you like smile and say, I love you, right away they're happy. Smiles, if somebody is seeing that smile, they're happy.
That's good.
They just get happy. It is a thing for us. Like, you could smile and put your hands in ice, and you could keep, like the first time, let's say it took you 7 seconds, and your hands were freezing. If you smile and you have hands in there, you could get to 20 seconds. Because smiling, because you are instead focusing on smiling instead of that anger or instead of the cold. So usually say, hey, hug it out, smile to each other, and say, I love you.
That's good, Kari.
I love you. Like, that's just a good thing, because when you're smiling, it's hard to say it in a mean voice. Watch. Try to smile and say, I love you in a mean voice.
I love you.
Yeah, it ends up just funny, and then they start laughing, and it still turns good. It is always hard to smile and say something mean.
That's true. It's been very good.
So that's just like a few tips for you. Try to remember. So, like, here's the things. Journal and attention. Remember, attention 1 is when I go, dad, 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 attention. And attention 2 is rest, nature, and like journal, stuff like that, or like take a walk.
Yeah.
So journal both attentions. We also want to not be afraid of anything, and always I will never ever be mad if you come up to me, even when I'm working, and say, Kyrie, I think I'm ready to do energy drink. I will really lightly just close my thing down, and I'm going to slowly bring you to here. Because I know if I go like this, hey, could you wait 5 minutes? It's never 5 minutes. Like, one time you guys have told me, 1 minute, please, 1 more minute. It's been like 20 minutes after, and you guys still go, 1 more minute. And I'm like,
how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel angry, because I'm like, you're not noticing. I'm trying to show you something. I'm trying to tell you something, like when you're working, and if I had like a piece of drawing for you, and I go, hey, Dad, can I show you something? And you go, 1 more minute. I'm like, you don't even know what it is. You're not even trying. Like, this will right away feel good. You can say, hey, turn around in your chair. Like, let's say you were in the real chair. You turn around and you go, yes? And you go, I made this for you. Right away I'll feel good. And don't ever, I will usually trigger my anger system. If somebody goes, how long will it take? That is a humongous sign that you feel like you don't care.
Right.
You don't care that I'm trying to show you something, and you're asking me if you could do work more than see something about your child that they made for you.
Hey, I'm sorry for doing that to you before. If I've ever done that, I'm not sure if I have.
I don't think you have.
But-
But like,
But I,
just for now you know. Oh.
Yeah.
So that's a really good thing to do with really anybody. And even if it's like, I know I've done this to Mom.
well, I am sorry for telling you, because I know you wanted to come out here for energy work a while ago, and I was like, can you give me a few minutes? So
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So like that. Yeah, I forgive you. So
At the same time, sometimes we need to take a few minutes, you know. But I want to
Yeah.
be very honest, like the card was saying, being honest with you. If I say, hey, 5 minutes, then I really want to say in 5 minutes, okay, I'm ready to go.
you don't, if like, be honest. But the thing is, if you're like, you know what, I actually need 20 minutes,
Just say it.
just be like, you know what, okay, let's go. And I know you just said let's just say it, you need 20 minutes. Actually, that never works. 'Cause still, you are keep going on. Because we don't want to be like, oh, like let's say I had a lesson. I said, ooh, it's 10 more minutes. I know I've done this to you before, and I'm sorry that I've done this. So I've done this to you and Mom. I was on a show, and I said, 10 more minutes. There's 10 more minutes left. But you can also help me with this. If it is 10 more minutes left, but I start a new one, because it actually was 10, but I'm starting a new one, I usually only do that because I don't have a watch, and I don't have a clock. So usually, even if you're doing something, be able to be like, hey, it's been 10 minutes. Do you want, like, try them, like, oh, do you want lunch? It's like, I will always say yes against food.
Mm.
Like, screen against food, well, you know what Simon would say. No food. He had Cheerios in his bed. And trust me, while you guys were gone, when Phoenix had cancer, Simon is this is the greatest thing pretty much ever. He's addicted to food. I can't lie. He goes, hey Dad, can I have a snack? It's like, here, applesauce. Right when he's done, hey Dad, can I have a snack?
That's good.
Here, applesauce. Soon, you're like, this kid cannot not have food. So, usually, either do food, say, hey, if like the boys were on the tramp, I would feel jealous. I'd be like, oh, they're on the tramp, and trust me, I love when I get to play on the tramp with them. Even though they wrestle, I love having time with my brothers. It's always the best. Always, especially when it's all of us. And so that's always good to always be like, hey, to me, if I'm on a screen, I say 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes later, you need to calm down, or else I'm going to starting another one. And trust me, now that I think about it, I know that's not a good thing. So you want to be able to say, hey, I know I'm working, but I know, do I want my kid downstairs for a whole other hour? And that's going to lead on to something that I'll say soon. Doing a screen. Nope, and no you don't. 10 minutes later, you want to come down and say, hey, come upstairs. And I'll be like, they got it perfect. And I'll probably be like, ooh. But if you say, I'll go on the tramp with you, I'll play with you, or I'll do something, just anything with you, I'll be like, okay, that's always better than a screen. Because I can watch the video that I want to watch a different time. And this is something